YNI podcast. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to YNI podcast. I am your host, Sarah, and I am so happy to see you. Well, to hear you today. How are you doing? I hope you are having a wonderful day. Maybe you are drinking coffee, maybe you're walking in the park, or maybe you are just relaxing on your sofa. Wherever you are, take a deep breath. Relax your shoulders. Yes, like that. Today is going to be fun.
Hi everyone, I'm Walter. And yes, please, relax. Seriously, if you are tense, listening to English becomes very hard. So let's just chill. Sarah, you seem very energetic today. Did you drink 3 cups of coffee?
Maybe 2, but honestly, I am just excited. Today's topic is something many of our listeners ask about. It is about confidence, specifically speaking confidence. You know that feeling when you want to speak English, but your heart goes boom, 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 and your hands get sweaty?
Oh, I know that feeling very well. My hands don't get sweaty, but my brain gets empty, completely empty, like a whiteboard with no writing. I want to say hello, but I forget how to say hello. It's terrible.
That is exactly what we are talking about today. Before we start, I have a small request for all our lovely listeners. Please do not try to translate every single word in your head. I know it is tempting, but if you try to translate everything from English to your native language, you will miss the flow. Just listen. Try to understand the main idea. Feel the emotion. It's okay if you don't know every word. Really, it is okay. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to YNI podcast. I am your host, Sarah, and I am so happy to see you. Well, to hear you today. How are you doing? I hope you are having a wonderful day. Maybe you are drinking coffee, maybe you're walking in the park, or maybe you are just relaxing on your sofa. Wherever you are, take a deep breath. Relax your shoulders. Yes, like that. Today is going to be fun.
Hi everyone, I'm Walter. And yes, please, relax. Seriously, if you are tense, listening to English becomes very hard. So let's just chill. Sarah, you seem very energetic today. Did you drink 3 cups of coffee?
Maybe 2, but honestly, I am just excited. Today's topic is something many of our listeners ask about. It is about confidence, specifically speaking confidence. You know that feeling when you want to speak English, but your heart goes boom, 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 and your hands get sweaty?
Oh, I know that feeling very well. My hands don't get sweaty, but my brain gets empty, completely empty, like a whiteboard with no writing. I want to say hello, but I forget how to say hello. It's terrible.
That is exactly what we are talking about today. Before we start, I have a small request for all our lovely listeners. Please do not try to translate every single word in your head. I know it is tempting, but if you try to translate everything from English to your native language, you will miss the flow. Just listen. Try to understand the main idea. Feel the emotion. It's okay if you don't know every word. Really, it is okay.
Sarah is right. Think of it like watching a movie. You don't need to understand every single sentence to enjoy the story, right? You just follow the characters. So let's just follow our conversation today. No pressure, no tests, just friends talking.
Exactly. So let's jump into our theme, speaking confidence. Walter, let me ask you, when was the last time you felt nervous speaking English?
Let me think. Actually, last week, I went to an international food festival. There was a stall selling spicy noodles from Thailand. The seller was a native English speaker. I wanted to ask, "Is this very spicy?" But I was nervous. I thought, what if I say it wrong? What if he doesn't understand me? So I stood there for 1 minute, just staring at the noodles.
You stared at the noodles?
Yes, it was awkward. Finally, I just pointed at the bowl and said, "Spicy? Yes or no?" He laughed and said, "Very spicy, my friend." And you know what? He was nice. He didn't judge me, but I felt silly for waiting so long.
Oh, Walter, that is such a classic example. We do this all the time. We overthink, we think people are judging our grammar, but honestly, most people just want to communicate. They want to know if the food is good or where the bathroom is or how your day is. They don't care if you use the present perfect tense correctly.
True, but why do we feel this fear? I mean, logically, I know it is silly, but emotionally, I feel scared. Why is that?
Well, I think there are a few reasons. First, we are afraid of making mistakes. In school, teachers corrected every mistake, red pen everywhere, wrong grammar, wrong pronunciation. So we learned that mistakes are bad. But in real life, mistakes are normal. Actually, mistakes are how we learn.
That is a good point. In school, accuracy was everything, but in conversation, connection is everything. If I make a mistake but you understand me, then I succeeded, right?
Yes, success is communication, not perfection. Another reason is pronunciation. Many learners worry, do I sound like a native speaker, or is my accent too strong?
Oh, the accent thing. I used to worry about that. I tried to sound exactly like an American movie star. It was exhausting. I sounded fake.
Yes, please do not do that. Your accent is part of your identity. It shows where you come from. It is beautiful. As long as people can understand you, your accent is fine. Actually, having an accent is cool. It means you speak more than one language. That is a superpower.
A superpower. I like that. So, Sarah, how do we fix this? How do we build confidence? Because telling someone, don't be nervous, doesn't really help.
You are right. So let's talk about some practical steps. And I want to introduce a few idioms today. Idioms are phrases that have a special meaning. They are very common in natural conversation. The first idiom is break the ice.
Break the ice? Like with a hammer?
No, not literally. To break the ice means to start a conversation in a social situation. When you meet new people, it can be quiet and awkward, so you say something small to make everyone feel comfortable. That's breaking the ice.
Oh, I see. So at that food festival, if I had said, wow, those noodles smell amazing, that would be breaking the ice.
Exactly. It starts the interaction. It makes things less formal. So tip number 1, learn some simple icebreakers. Simple questions like, how is your day? Or, this coffee is good, isn't it? Small talk helps you feel more relaxed before you talk about big topics.
Okay, I like that. Small steps. So after we break the ice, what next?
Next, we need to practice, but not just once a month. We need to practice often. There's a famous saying, practice makes perfect.
I've heard this one. It means if you do something many times, you will become very good at it.
Yes, but I want to change it slightly. Practice makes progress. You might not be perfect, but you will be better than yesterday. So how can we practice every day? You don't need a teacher. You can talk to yourself.
Talk to myself? Won't people think I'm crazy?
Only if you do it loudly on the bus. But seriously, talk to yourself in the shower. Talk to your dog. Talk to your mirror. Describe what you are doing. I am making coffee. Now I'm pouring the milk. The milk is cold. It sounds silly, but it helps your brain connect thoughts to English words without the pressure of another person listening.
That's actually a great idea. I talk to my cat all the time. His name is Milo. I usually speak Indonesian to him, but maybe I'll try English. Milo, please stop sleeping on my keyboard.
See? You're practicing. And Milo doesn't care about your grammar. He is a very supportive listener.
He's the best listener. But Sarah, sometimes even when we practice, we still feel stuck. We stand there and we don't know how to start. We freeze.
Yes, that is the comfort zone. We like staying safe, but to grow, we must step out of your comfort zone. This is our next idiom.
Step out of your comfort zone. This means doing something that feels a little bit scary or new.
Correct. Your comfort zone is where you feel safe and easy, but you don't learn much there. Stepping out means joining an English club or ordering food in English even if you're nervous, or posting a video in English on social media. It feels uncomfortable at first, your heart beats fast, but after you do it, you feel proud.
I remember my first time stepping out of my comfort zone. I joined an online gaming group with international players. I was terrified. I thought they would laugh at my English. But I typed, "Hello, I'm new here." And someone said, "Welcome, let's play." That was it. It wasn't scary. It was fun.
That is a perfect example. Gaming is a great way to practice because you have to communicate quickly. You don't have time to overthink. You just speak.
True. But what about when we make a mistake in real time? Like, I'm speaking and I realized I used the wrong verb tense. I panic. I stop. I say, sorry, sorry, sorry.
Don't apologize for existing. Honestly, Walter, if you make a mistake, just correct it simply and move on, or ignore it. Most of the time, the other person understands. If you stop and apologize too much, it breaks the flow. It makes the conversation awkward.
So just keep going?
Yes, keep the ball rolling. That is another idiom, get the ball rolling.
Get the ball rolling. Does this mean starting an activity?
Yes, it means to start something so that it continues. In conversation, if you make a mistake, don't stop the ball. Keep it moving. Say the correct word if you can, or just continue your story. Confidence comes from keeping the conversation alive, not from being perfect.
I like that image, a ball rolling. If I stop to pick up every small stone, mistake, the ball stops. I should just let it roll.
Beautifully said, Walter. Now, I have one more idiom. This one is my favorite for building confidence. It is, fake it till you make it.
Fake it? Isn't that dishonest?
Not really. It means acting confident even if you don't feel confident yet. Stand up straight, smile, speak clearly. Even if your inside feels shaky, your outside looks strong. And guess what? When you act confident, your brain starts to believe it. You actually become more confident.
So it is like wearing a costume. If I wear a superhero costume, I feel stronger.
Exactly. So before you speak English, take a deep breath, stand tall, smile. Tell yourself, I can do this, even if you are scared. Fake the confidence until it becomes real.
I will try this. Next time I order coffee, I will stand tall, smile, and say, "One latte, please, with power."
Yes, with power. But remember, Walter, confidence is not about being loud. It's about being comfortable with who you are. It's okay to be quiet. It's okay to speak slowly. Speaking slowly is actually a good strategy.
Really? I always thought fast speakers were better.
No, native speakers speak fast, but when we talk to learners, we appreciate it when they speak clearly. If you speak slowly, you have more time to think, you make fewer mistakes, and the listener can understand you better. So slow down. It's not a race.
That is a relief. I can breathe. So let's summarize our tips for our listeners. Break the ice with small talk. Practice makes progress, so talk to yourself or your pet. Step out of your comfort zone little by little. Get the ball rolling. Don't stop for every mistake. Fake it till you make it. Act confident.
Perfect summary, Walter. You are getting good at this.
Thanks. I'm faking it till I make it.
See, it works. Now I want to share a personal story. When I first started learning English, I was very shy. I had a pen pal in Canada. We wrote letters. Writing was easy. I could check my dictionary, I could erase mistakes, but then we decided to have a phone call.
Oh no, the phone call, the ultimate test.
Yes, I was so nervous. I prepared a list of questions. I practiced my answers in front of the mirror. When the phone rang, my hands were shaking. I answered, and for the first 10 seconds, I couldn't speak. Silence.
Awkward silence.
Very awkward silence. Then my pen pal said, "Hi, Sarah, how are you?" And I just blurted out, "I am fine, thank you, and you?" Very fast, like a robot.
The classic robot answer.
Yes, but then she laughed. She said, "Wow, you speak fast. Let's slow down." And we talked for an hour. It wasn't perfect. I made many mistakes. I forgot words. I said she instead of he, but we connected. We became friends, and that phone call changed everything for me. I realized that people are kind. They want to connect.
That is a beautiful story, Sarah. It shows that connection is more important than perfection. My story is shorter. I once tried to compliment a colleague's shirt. I wanted to say, "I like your shirt," but I was nervous and I said, "I like your short."
Oh no, I like your short?
Yes, he looked confused. He said, "My short? What is short?" Then I realized my mistake. I turned red. I wanted to disappear. But he laughed and said, "Thanks. I like your pants too." He was cool about it.
See, he didn't hate you. He laughed with you. Humor is a great tool. If you make a mistake, laugh at yourself. It shows confidence. It shows you're human.
True. So, listeners, if you make a mistake, laugh. Say, "Oops, my English is having a holiday today." Something funny. It breaks the tension.
I love that. My English is on holiday. That's a great line.
Thank you. I will use that.
So, we're coming to the end of our episode. I hope you feel a little bit lighter now. I hope you feel that speaking English is not a scary monster. It's just a tool to connect with people.
Yes, remember, you are not alone. Millions of people are learning English. Millions of people make mistakes. We're all in this together.
And remember, confidence comes from action. You cannot think your way into confidence. You must speak your way into it. So this week, I challenge you. Do one small thing. Say hello to someone in English. Order a coffee in English. Record yourself speaking for 1 minute. Just one small step.
And if you feel nervous, remember Walter's cat, Milo. He's listening, and he doesn't judge.
Thanks, Milo. Okay, friends, thank you so much for listening to YNI Podcast. We love having you here. Please share this episode with a friend who needs a confidence boost.
Yes, share the love, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our next chat.
Keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep speaking. You are doing great, really.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.